Good afternoon. Although never, and the students, never have I been accused of being quiet. So, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. I'd like to welcome you to Texas Health and Science University Graduation of 2025. And my name is Dr. Justin Phillips. I'm the academic lead for the institution. I'd like to very briefly just introduce the folks that I have on stage with me. And we have Dr. Edward Blanton, who we are keynote speaker today. Dr. Congratulations to Dr. Henderson, who recently completed her doctorate. Dr. Pam Henderson, who is our Associate Dean at our San Antonio campus. We have Dr. Lou Agnesi, who is our school president. Dr. Pat Watkins, who is the president of our board of directors. And Dr. Tao, who is our director of clinical education, one of our fabulous faculty. We probably have a handful of other people smattered about the audience, but my vision is that not you all, so I apologize if I neglect. But most importantly today, we have our graduates. A brief note on that, we do one graduation a year, so we do have people that have completed their program throughout this year and are still completing their program into the fall. So we do have a fairly large group here, and your student may have already finished way back in spring or may still be finishing through December. But we're glad that you can all be. A brief note of welcome. One of my great privileges within my position is this moment, because I get to be one of the first people to welcome our graduates into the world that they are about to enter and on the journey that they are about to embark. One of the classes that I teach often is our foundations class, which is very fundamental to this medicine and taught very first quarter. And one of the things that I often tell students is that when you leave this program, you will not be good at it. The unfortunate truth. 3 years and change, 4 years is not enough to be good at medicine. Our task is by and large to make sure that you are unlikely to hurt people with your license. Everything that comes next is what matters. And I want to be the very first person to say welcome to that world and welcome to the opportunity that presents and to encourage you to take advantage of that opportunity. Hopefully, in your time here, you have made connections, friendships, mentors, and built those relationships that will see you through the next phase, because this is when your journey of medicine truly begins. One of the standards in the accreditation for almost every medical program, be it East Asian or otherwise, put forth by the accreditors, is a devotion to lifelong learning. Because medicine, the thing that makes it such a rich field and such a joy, hopefully you've already discovered at school and will discover as you move onward, is that it is a living, breathing thing. Medicine never stops growing. And the medicine that you have chosen to embrace has existed for thousands of years. And in that time, it has never stopped growing. It has never stopped growing, and never will it stop. And your opportunity now is to embrace the scholarship that you have already demonstrated in completing this program and carry that forward into the next level. And everyone that you have worked with and everyone that we see on the podium before you is here to facilitate that. Once we are your teachers, we are always your teachers. Do not be afraid to reach back. But today is not necessarily about that next leg. Today is about the legging of this. So I will end my probably already too long opening remarks and say to you, congratulations on completing this program. You have done a monumental thing. And thank you to the friends, families, and parents that have seen you through all of it. It is a difficult journey, and you have not had to walk it alone. And I hope that you don't have to take that next leg alone either. Congratulations. Welcome, class 2025. If we can have a brief note of applause for our families. Dr. Edward Blanton. Dr. Blanton is the Assistant Vice Provost for Corporate Initiatives and Business Development at the University of Texas, San Antonio. He works with local employers on meeting their needs for professional and continuing education. He also serves on various nonprofit community boards, including as president of the Society for Experiential Education, which is actually headquartered in Toronto, Canada. So Dr. Blanton works internationally with a lot of these. He did service with the U.S. Peace Corps, and following that, founded Ready, Willing, and Able, which is an international nonprofit focused on educational programs for children with disabilities in developing countries. Additionally, he oversaw community service initiatives at Trinity University and led that program to receive federal recognition for 8 consecutive years. After that, Dr. Blanton served as the inaugural Associate Vice President and Executive Director of the Mays Center for Experiential Learning and Community Engagement at Texas A&M University in San Antonio. Dr. Blanton was awarded the Outstanding Leader in Experiential Education, Higher Education Award from the National Society of Experiential Education. He held a PhD in International Education and entrepreneurship from the University of Cardiff. Dr. Blanton.
Good afternoon, President Agnesi, Board of Trustees, Chairperson Watkins, Deans, Phillips and Henderson, Dr. South, faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, you, the graduating class. It is an honor for me to be here today on this momentous occasion. You have worked tirelessly, no doubt, to arrive at this moment. Long nights of studying, countless hours in the clinic, and let's admit, more cups of coffee than we're going to talk about, right? Today isn't the end of a program. It's the beginning of a vocation. You are entering a profession where knowledge meets compassion, where ancient wisdom meets modern science, and where every patient encounter is an opportunity to make a difference. Now, as you gathered from my introduction, I am not in the healthcare field, but I do know about the value of hands-on learning, the importance of career readiness, and the benefits of lifelong learning. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. So when you think about the journey you've taken, I'm reminded that the most powerful learning often happens in moments when theory meets practice. Whether it was the first time you confidently inserted the needle, the first patient who told you their pain had eased, or the moment you realized you had earned someone's trust. You have been building something more than technical skills. You have developed your presence as a healer. Hands-on learning doesn't end with graduation. Every patient will teach you something new. Every challenge will shape you into a more adaptable and more empathetic practitioner. From this day forward, your work is not just about technique, it's about how you show up. The most skilled practitioner will not succeed without trust, without empathy, and without professionalism. The way you treat a patient, the patience you show a colleague, and the integrity that you demonstrate when no one else is watching. These are the qualities that define your career. Build your network, seek out mentors, and partner with other health professionals. Your community will be your greatest resource and your most important referral. This graduation, as Dean Phillips mentioned, it's not the finish line. It's the first checkpoint. The acupuncture and integrative medicine field will continue to evolve. Research will advance, techniques will refine, policies will shift. Commit to continuing education, keep your mind and practice alive. Every continuing education course you take, every conference you attend, every book you read, these are investments in your ability to help people who walk through your door. Healthcare is changing. Patients are seeking integrative approaches, technology is shifting how we connect, and public awareness of holistic care is growing. The most successful practitioners, and I will say the most successful professionals in any field, are those who adapt to change while staying rooted in their values. So as I mentioned today, it's not the end of your education, it's the beginning of a lifetime of learning. The diploma you receive is not just proof of what you've mastered, it's a key to keeping unlocking doors. I'd like to leave today with a story about a master carpenter. A master carpenter that had worked for a construction company, and he had built beautiful, magnificent houses over several decades. And the time had arrived when the master carpenter had determined it's time for me to retire. And he went to the head of the construction company and he said, I'm ready to retire. And the employer said, please build just one more house. The master carpenter reluctantly said, all right, I will build one more house. But his heart wasn't in it. He built the house, but he built it without care. He built it without pride. He built it without attention to detail. He built it without the excellence that he was capable of doing. And when it was finished, he handed the keys to his employer, and he goes, there, I finished the house. And the employer handed the keys right back to him and said, this house is your house. I am gifting it to you for all your years of faithful service. Can you imagine the surprise on the face of that carpenter? He realized he had built his own house, but without care, without pride, and without that excellence of which he was capable. Graduates, that story is really about us. Every day, we are building our own house. Our career, our relationships, our future. And just like the carpenter, the choices we make, the skills we develop, and the effort we put in are what determine the strength and the beauty of what we build. The house we build is the one in which we live. This is why lifelong learning matters. Because it's not just about what you know today, but about how you stay ready for tomorrow. Career readiness isn't a single course or a single job. It's a mindset of adaptability, resilience, and growth. And you've already seen the value of it through your studies, through practicing your craft in real settings. You've learned that education isn't about concepts. It's about putting those lessons into practice. It's about learning by doing and letting that doing shape who you are becoming. You have chosen a path that is both ancient and urgently needed in our modern world. You are connectors. You are listeners. You are healers. Keep learning. Keep building. because the house you are building is the one in which you will live. Build it with skill, build it with care, and never stop learning new ways to make it strong. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you, Dr. Blanton, for the fabulous words. Next, we will confer degrees. Our registrar, Lisa Walker, will be reading off graduate names.
Austin. Donna Hugh. Vincent Hung. Sheldon Lee. Young Tai Wade. Martin Lamb. Edith Murillo. Samantha Stoneback. Stephanie Summers. Yukai Wang. Tanya Wang.
It is my great honor and privilege to present to you the graduating class of 2025.
Thank you for being here today to help us celebrate such an accomplishment. I can very confidently say a younger version of myself. I can very confidently say a younger version of myself would have never imagined. One, because I hated public speaking, but two, because I used to pass out at the sight of look, even when I got my ear pierced. Now, here I am, the one putting needles in people, not here, none of y'all talking about it. The past 4 years in this program has changed my life tremendously, to say the least. I was recently interviewed by Voyage Austin. One of the questions was, starting your business, was it a bumpy road? And it was so refreshing to say no. Since starting my business has come quite easily. I managed to open and maintain a business while simultaneously. What that shows me is that I am in alignment. I am doing what I am meant to do, what I love to do. But with that, I've learned that when we are in alignment, it allows space for our shadow selves, the deeper work. So, while professionally, it has been an overall smooth road, personally, it has been a road. There's a Chinese medicine principle that resonates with me. Statements must pre-resolve before new growth and vitality. While in this program, I lost friends, went through breakups, climbed over ownership to successful business, laid both of my grandfathers to rest. One of them, the original doctor, I took on a hefty student loan. I was in a car accident, had a constant mental battle of do I work to pay my bills or study behind my exams. And at times, thought I was losing my sanity. But I also learned how to heal myself, physically, mentally, and spiritually. I lost 50 pounds, became more aware of my self-worth and confidence, and fought my first habit. I learned how to set boundaries, heal generational trauma, found my purpose. I became a master in traditional Chinese medicine, and I am just one board of thing away from being there. Our professors always took notice and congratulated me on my successes and met me with a hug on those tougher days. It was during all those hardships when I found out that our professors are so much more than just that. They met me with grace, patience, and understanding. They listened, helped me problem solve, offered advice, and gave me the encouragement I needed to became a Chinese medicine parent. And so much more than just a curriculum. Thank you for showing up with your disappointment. And ensuring everyone's safe and healthy. Thank you for reminding me to slow and not take life so seriously. I'm not sure I would have made it without this comedic relief. Dr. Sai, you are a walking textbook. Your vastness and knowledge never cease to amaze me. Thank you for helping me feel prepared enough to confidently walk into my biomedicine boarding school. Dr. Moon, this woman is such a tremendous healer. She can walk into a room and immediately guide me. She's done it for me for believing me and boosting my confidence. And Dr. Home, you know, I've heard some more stories about Emily during my very first semester from other students about how he was strict, impatient, unreasonable, and his own impossible to pass the grade. So I was very insecure, timid, weird to see me as a student. I avoided his class for my entire first year. When the time finally came to attend his class, I decided to put it all out there, and I confessed I was there. This man laughed from his belly. He truly enjoyed hearing that. I wasn't sure how to feel. I think I might have just laughed too, probably felt even more terrified. But it wasn't long before I realized it was a very big mistake by the way. Yes, most of those stories run true. This program isn't made to be easy. His toughness and his high expectations were exactly what I needed to commit myself to this program. So thank you, Dr. Hong, for holding me accountable. Challenging me. Needed for your close to impossible. Underneath it all, I know there's a kind part of it. We often talk in Chinese medicine and not just the branch. Today we use the branch, a beautiful one. But the root of why we came here is journey. We feel the third. We leave this program not as experts, but as humble practitioners. Forever students of a tradition that is thousands of years. A tradition that teaches us not to see just the person, but to see the person, not just the symptom. The pattern, not just the pain. In a world that moves fast, living is with purpose. In a culture that often looks outward, maybe return inward. In a system that often separates, maybe continue to integrate body, mind, and spirit. If medicine doesn't just live in textbooks, it lives in the way we show up. It lives in our hands, our hearts, and our minds. We are the bridge between ancient and modern. We are the translators between east and west. We are the advocates for preventative care and a system too often focused. During my last day of clinic with Dr. Yu, she hugged me and said, "I'm so proud of you. I like this person." I don't have to agree with her. I'm grateful for everything that I've experienced, the good and the bad. Because at the end of the day, they have all only made me a better practitioner. I want to thank my community, my support system, those who encouraged me to keep going and my clients who trusted me and supported me along this journey. Your willingness to show up brought this medicine to life. My partner is keeping me well fed, a clean house, and emotionally stable, while I was walked away my office for out of study. Most importantly, my parents and sister. I literally cannot have done this.
Again, congratulations to all. So at this point, medicine is very much not simply a career. It's a life path. It's a process that we engage and that we live in within every moment. To represent that, many medical schools will commit themselves to an oath on graduation, many democratic by hypocrisy. But in traditionally staged in medicine, we have our own hypocrisy in many ways. Figure lore and legend, and a great many textbooks, many of which these students have slogged their way through. Many translated versions are of a Sun Sin Yat, that in his text, prescription worth 1,000 bucks, put forth his own version of an oath of the clinician. And that is the oath that we at Texas Health and Science University have elected to use as our commitment for ourselves, our clinicians and our students to engage in this not just as a job, but as a life. Graduates, if you would rise, please. We'll do a call and response to our read the section of the oath, and you may then follow that up. Any other clinicians that would like to join in, you are also welcome to rise and join us in the oath as a recommitment or an additional oath if you like. Please raise your right hands and follow after me. As a clinician, I will cultivate myself through a calm mind and steadfast intention. As a clinician, I will cultivate through a calm mind and steadfast intention. Setting aside idle desires and bias, and filling my heart with compassion. I vow to rescue all living beings from suffering. I will not concern myself with my patient's status, rich or poor, humble or powerful, young or old, enemy or friend. I will seek only the sick and need care. To me, all will be as beloved family and friends. I will not pursue my own fame or my own fortune, but put the well-being of others first. I will not hide away in the mountains, but day and night, in cold and heat, in hunger and thirst, I will single-mindedly go to the rescue. This is the behavior of a great doctor. And to act contrary is to be no more than a great thief. I will open my heart to those found contemptible. Because of their ailments, no matter how big. Never in a great clinician should there be an attitude of rejection. I will not glorify my reputation, nor disparage other physicians. I will fulfill these responsibilities and my destiny as physician until I am no longer capable of fulfilling. Thank you. You may be seated. We now have a few closing words from our president, Dr. Yu.
I was sitting there thinking, this is August, and we're having a graduation. It's called graduation. The last time in August that I was at a graduation with the Silo was in 1985. And there was actually 12 students graduating. And that was from a little college called Incarnate College. Now, 1985. Since then, not counting this fall here, I've graduated over 44,000 students from Incarnate College or the University of Incarnate. Just a few graduates. And I'm very proud to say I'm proud of every graduate, and I'm proud of all of you. You know, time is a precious gift. We get that gift from God, and we don't know how much He's granted us. My dad was 103 when I hope I have his genes. I'm only 74, so I have a long life ahead of me. But my dad was very instrumental in who I am today. He was a poor immigrant that came undocumented into this country in the early 1900s, became a citizen, and became a very successful businessman. My first day as president in 1985 as a country, the reporter from the Express News came into my office and said, Dr. Rizzi, we look at your resume, you have so many accomplishments. What gives you the power to be a good president? And it was a simple answer. I said, I worked in my father's fruit and produce business, and I got a good business sense. And you all need to have a good business sense besides being a good practitioner in your business. So, remember one thing. Your family members that are here, those that aren't here, those that have went to a greater place, all of those are instrumental in who you are today. Okay? Now, I told my children and I told every graduate of the College Word, and I'm telling every graduate of THSU as well. Every time you leave a loved one, parent, friend, make sure you leave it with a smile. You know not whether you see that person. Okay? So never leave with a frown. Never leave saying, well, I'll tell him later. Tell him now what's in your heart, because you may not have another chance. So, proud graduates, I wish you Godspeed. For those that don't believe in God, I feel sorry for you. But I leave you with Godspeed. I hope you are a great professional. I hope you live a very, very happy life. And remember one thing always, always. Always do a little bit more than what's expected. If you do, that person will always be happy. God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Neeson. With those closing words, that completes our graduation ceremony for our class of 2025. Please join us for a brief reception with light refreshments in the lobby at the top of the stairs. If you want to get any pictures or have picture opportunities, graduates, please, before you retreat and rejoin your families, we need you for one more moment. If you'll come down here, we'll take a picture, and then we will return them happily to you, at least briefly. And then, like I said, please join us for the reception again. Class of 2025, thank you very much.
要继续录吗？继续啊，好。
I'm going to be on the ground. You all are going to be in the second row.
Oh, okay. So just line up here. Okay. Okay. There we go.
I want to make sure you all see.
And families, if you want pictures too, bring around. We'll stand here until you're done. This is not our first rodeo. Okay.
Cheese. Whoa. Martinis.
Okay? Okay, and now the reception will be upstairs.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. All right. Thank you guys for your final note. Set another one for 5.
Batteries aren't forever. Are we done? Maybe? Are people trying to, okay, bye.